Welcome. Welcome to Watching with Styles. Glad you guys can join me. It's going to be an interesting show tonight. Might be a long show because I'm going to probably go on a little bit of a rant. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to do. It all depends on how I feel. But I feel like there's a lot of things going on that bother me as a former player. Because coaching is very important. And I know I say things about players. And I wholeheartedly believe that because I played with or I was coached by some damn good coaches. And the results during my year wasn't always on them. There's a lot of things that people don't understand that student athletes have to go through. And I've heard many times, well, I had to work as a student. Yeah, understand. The one thing you had that athletes don't have is the pressure of paying for your college. But I came back to school and I worked in GE Appliance Park when I came back. So I had to drive an hour back and forth. I'm just telling you, being a student athlete is way harder. Way harder. So on Sunday, I made a tweet. First, let me say this. You can hit me up. I'm looking off to my side a lot. You can hit me up on Twitter with questions. You can hit me up on YouTube with questions. I'm going to try and see if I can be attentive to questions that are being asked as much as possible. So, and you can always hit me up on Twitter. Let me see. It looks better when I do this. You can hit me up on Twitter. You can hit me up on YouTube, or you can hit me up Periscope, Twitter, whatever. So, as I was saying, I said this thing about Chris Holtz on Sunday morning. And the reason why I said it because I haven't said it all season because I get a lot of things if you're making an excuse. It's an excuse to some people, but it's reality to players. I'm gonna tell you something. Compounding a pandemic with seeing a peer, a guy your age, go down with what Chris Oates has gone down with, makes you question a lot of things. Makes you question a lot. Trust me. And 2014, in the summer of 2014, not 20, why am I saying 2014? The summer of 94, we had a teammate that got murdered. Now, for me, it was a teammate, a brother. But I was on that school 1 year. So my interaction with Trent DeJuro was minimal. Besides on the football field and seeing each other blood, sweat, and tears and all that stuff, and legitimately blood and sweat and tears and vomit and all that stuff. But that senior class, coming off that 1993 season where we should have won 8 games that year. I mean, we crapped down our leg and almost lost to East Carolina. That would have prevented us from going to a bowl game. We lost to freaking Vandy, and it was just games that year that we should have won. I mean, the Florida game we had in the bag and let that one go. But as my former teammate Andy Britt said, that carries with him to this day. These are 18 to 23-year-olds, man. You think it's easy because you are a 40, 50, 60-year-old person who has been through life? But I'm telling you, I think about that a lot. Like I said, some people, we all have different reactions to trauma. That actually made me focus on football more, made me realize how lucky I am to still be here and be able to play the game. But that senior class lost the guy that they came in with. Some of them been with the guy for 5 years. Think about that. Your roommate, your brother, your offensive line brother, etc. There's a brotherhood that people don't really understand. A lot of people say the word brotherhood. You really don't grasp it. You cannot see someone for 10 years and see someone and it's like you have never missed a beat. The Chris Oates deal affected us more than people want to acknowledge. Seeing your coach die hurts. And it hurt me because it was a peer. The guy that I came in with. Me and Slor came in the same class. 93 class, we was the same one. Slor got redshirted. But we came in together. There's a bond there. And there's a sense of mortality that you don't even think about. Dude, I hurt for a long time. Because I had a guy my age that just died. It makes you think, man. And just think of the stuff that Chris Oates did. Think about where these kids' mind. Trust me, to play in the conference, you have to be mentally focused 100%. Not 95, not 90, not something else. And trust me, there's other stuff you got to think about. You might have a girlfriend. You might have just had a test. There's things that really can affect your thought process. So everybody that's tuning in, I'm going to get to the film room, but I got some things to get off my chest. So, oops, I just noticed that I didn't change the title of the broadcast. Oops. So, trust me. The other thing about it, it messed up the damn rotation. A lot. You could have done a 3-man middle linebacker, inside linebacker rotation with 3 veterans. You couldn't. Now you had to do with 2 and plug in some young guys, some Bembry, some Carey, some guys who really had to be thrown into the flames really quickly before that time. Which leads me to another thing. Man, I'm segueing pretty nice. Which leads me to another thing. The passing game. It pisses me off a lot. Because as a player, it's all about us executing the plays. Because, trust me, great plays can be called and players not execute. Losing Lynn Bowden, the same way as losing Chris Oates, it puts guys in positions that they're not really ready for. Losing Lynn Bowden hurt our offense as a receiver more than the coaches want to say to the people. Here's the reason why. You had a legitimate playmaker at the receiving corps that makes everybody's jobs easier. It's like, I don't know if you remember when the Lakers were having trouble in the bubble because Rondo had his little wrist or thumb injury, whatever he had. When he came back, how things started clicking. You know why? Because it allows people to play the role that they are best at playing. Remember 2018 when we played Florida and Bouvier became a threat? You know why Bouvier became more of a threat? One thing, he's a good route runner. Second thing, the attention was focused on Lynn Bowden. Defensive coordinators have the game plan for Lynn. Period. Was he a polished route runner? No. He got better though. His senior year, his junior, he started to get really better. But he was a freaking playmaker. It had the ability to blow the top off of coverage, which we don't have this year. See, if we had Lynn this year, it would allow Josh Ali to go to his natural position as a number 2. Josh Ali is a decent route runner. Not great, but decent. He would have taken the place of Bouvier, with Lynn Bolton garnering the attention of the secondary, leaving Josh Ali with space. When you have Lynn Bolton, teams will probably play a little bit more zone. Or they will rotate coverage to him, which will make the other side easier to get passes to. Remember 2019, the first few games of the season. Even though Lynn dropped some passes against Mississippi State, think about it. The passing game was a lot better because we had a true dog. We don't have a dog now. That's a problem. Maybe the young guys are not ready yet. That's a problem. But you know what? If we had Lynn, it would have given your Crumbs, your Donut, your Isaiah Cummings time to really learn the system. It would have made Ali's job a lot easier because he's not a number 1. Which leads me to the next damn thing that chops my hide before I keep going. I know I'm in this long. It's going to be a long day. This infatuation with the damn tight end position is fucking killing me. It's like we want to be like the next door neighbor. Ooh, the next door neighbor has this dog and they have this great landscaping and they have all this stuff. Ooh, why can't we be like them? Well, maybe that next door neighbor is a freaking landscaper. Maybe that's his occupation. Let me set you something straight. We don't have a freaking Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is a problem. Now we're saying, oh, we need to get Keaton Upshaw involved in the game more. I said before the season, I like Keaton Upshaw. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to seem like I'm bad-mouthing. But Keaton Upshaw is not a guy that you can put out in space and guarantee that he can beat the guy that's in front of him. If you look at all the freaking passes that we've thrown to him the last few weeks, it's scheme getting them open. We schemed them open, and I will show you. We schemed them open. That wasn't him beating a one-on-one coverage and just out-athleting the next guy. We don't have that damn guy on the staff yet, on the team yet. He's not on the roster. Keaton Upshaw got schemed open all year. All the passes he caught were schemed, not including the pass that he dropped. Is he talented? Damn right he's talented. But is he that damn guy that everybody thinks the tight end? He's not. Just like I try to tell people CJ Conrad wasn't. Conrad is probably one of the best leaders we had on this team in a long time. He was a tough mother, MF. I love CJ. But you cannot put CJ in the middle of the field on the minus 30-yard line on 3rd and 9 and expect him to beat a safety or a linebacker one-on-one. It just wasn't happening. It's frustrating for fans to understand that, but I'm telling you, as a DB, I play safety some, Keaton Upshaw does not scare me at all. Know who scares me? Damn Kyle Pitts. That guy makes me like, okay, I got to pick a poison. He's big, he's fast, he runs damn good routes, and he has damn good hands. That's a problem for a DB. Keaton Upshaw is not a problem. Just being honest with you. So get off this damn shit about the tight end. When a tight end is fucking open, we pass the ball to him. I mean, it's simple as that. When a tight end is open, we have passed him the ball. So you give the ball to the tight end when he gets open. I don't understand the damn, oh my God, why don't we throw the tight end? Because he's not fucking open. It's really just that damn simple. I'm sorry, I got notes. Let me show. I got a lot of notes here. Let me see what I want to talk about next. So this is what I'm gonna talk about. So this is going to be. Let me see what I want to talk. Let me make sure I get all the things before I lead on to this last one. Yeah. Okay. I have no problem, and it's well warranted because I am with frustration. Okay, no doubt with frustration. I have frustration with offense too. My frustration is for me on the right people. It's on the players, and this is why I say this. Okay, a year or two ago, we were, oh my God, this coaching staff is the best at developing talent. Oh my God, that's wow. We recruit and develop. Oh, we had a 2-star. Oh, we had a 3-star. And now they get drafted. Now they're legends of the program. Oh my God, these guys, these coaches really do a good job of coaching these guys up. Oh my God, what we have done since Stoops has gotten here has been freaking amazing. So do you think those damn coaches forgot how to fucking coach? Do you really think that? Do you think they forgot how to develop guys? Or the guys are not willing to admit to the process and do the things that they have to do that Benny and Josh and those guys have done in the past to become that? Maybe that's it. Because the coaches don't fucking forget how to coach. Players, are they dedicated as much as Josh Allen was dedicated? Are they dedicated as much as Benny Snell was dedicated? Is the dedication there from the damn players? I'm not so sure all the time. I'm not so sure. Because what, and I've said this for a long time. I wasn't a fan of Stoops when we first brought him in. I thought we had to do something different, kind of like what Vandy is doing. Was what Vandy gonna have to do, something a little gimmicky. Because here's what people from Kentucky don't like to hear from me. Because the high school football is not very good. It's gotten much better. There's quality, though, not quantity. Here's the difference. Here's why I say that. So Stoops came here after 2 and whatever season. It has improved every season until now. Now people say, well, let me get back. I'm gonna get back to that later. So you expect Kentucky, not a traditional powerhouse, to go to these other damn states and pull their best players from over there to come to Kentucky and not go to the damn schools that are there close to them. You expect us to go to Ohio and keep picking out the 4+ star players out there to come here. See, a lot of people don't freaking go by the star system. Because, you see a Benny and you see a Josh, that's 2 out of how many thousands of 3 stars every year? Hundreds. thousand. So you get 2 to 5. You get 10. 5-star players, probably a 90% success rate. Now, when you get to 4, it might drop a little bit. But there's not that many 2 and 3 stars. 2 stars, really. 3 stars are not that far from a 4, depending on where they're ranked. Or they're a high 3 or they're a low 3. But you're expecting us to go to the Georgias, to go to the Ohio, to go to the Michigans, to go to all these states around us and pick off the best guy in that state or one of the best guys in that state consistently. Because that's how you build a program. What Stoops has done is amazing. With the amount of talent that we have in state. Now, we got very fortunate that the state of Kentucky created some damn good offensive linemen as of recent. And we build the offense around that. Because we missed on 2 receivers. Wandale and Rondale. We missed on 2 receivers. And missed on Timmons. Although we got Timmons, Timmons didn't end up being the guy that everybody thought he was going to be. So now you expect us to go to these talent-rich states that have very good programs, take their top receivers, and bring them over here. We had a guy at Amite, Louisiana here. Devontae Lee. He's a bigger version to me of Lynn Bolton. Ooh, I really wanted him to come here. Because I knew when he get to LSU, they weren't going to. But he had to think LSU creates receivers. Look at all the receivers that LSU has produced in the last 8 years with a horrible offense. Let's go down the line of draft picks in the first 2 days of LSU receivers. But he wasn't polished enough. I knew when he went there, LSU brings in, there are some damn good receivers in the state. And they come in ready to play. Lee would have taken at least a year or 2 to get himself right. Because he just wasn't polished. But he was a playmaker, just like Lynn. And if we would have got him, this offense would be in a different situation. Because we don't have a damn dog at the receiver room. It's simple as that. It is simple as that. We don't have a dog in the receiver room. So now we don't have a dog. We also don't have good damn route runners. Or polished route runners. Right now. We just don't. So, people say, we have had 8 years. You know what? If there was an NFL, Stoops or Graham would be fired. Because you know why? Because you as a GM, you get to pick the guys come in the draft. Oh, well, we got the number 7 pick. Oh, well, we need a receiver. Let's go get the top receiver. Oh, we have a 2nd round pick. Oh, we might trade up. And we might trade up into the bottom of the 1st round and get another receiver. Because you have the choice. Oh, we can go get a free agent. Oh, well, DeAndre Hopkins is on the free agent market. Let's go grab him. We'll take whatever it takes. This ain't the fucking NFL. The players choose your college. You don't choose the player. Just simple as that. So when they say 8 years, this is the one that bothers me. So when we had Shannon Dawson and we had Neal, didn't work out. So we got Eddie Graham. Remember what happened to Eddie Graham? First couple games, we were passing the ball around the downfield. Then we got Steven Johnson. Then we was passing the ball deep down the field. We was averaging almost 8 yards a fucking attempt. Now, the one thing Stoops probably doesn't like, I'm going to say I'm for sure feel this way that he doesn't like because I can see from a defensive mind. And now remember, I played quarterback my whole career until I got to college. From the age of 6 until 17. Now, what I think Stoops doesn't like is tempo. And the reason why a defensive coach doesn't like tempo, which I think he's going to have to change his mind on, is that there's a likelihood of if you don't convert, your defense gets on the field real quickly. Because you go tempo, snap, 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 fourth down, it can literally be a minute of real time, of actual time. So you don't get your defensive coach enough time to adjust, make comments, whatever. So that's the thing Stoops doesn't like. Because if you look at 2016 and 2017, Steven Johnson's strength was what? Throwing the ball down the field. But you know what? We had some ballers. We had Badet, we had Juice, and we had Baker. Probably the best receiving group that we've had at UK in Grant's time here. So we forced the ball. We pushed the ball down the field all the time. Play action, bam, bomb. That's what we did. 2018, now we got a speed quarterback. Now we did a little something different. But we still pushed the ball down the field. But we didn't run. We only threw the ball 200 some times in the season. There's some of these quarterbacks do that in like 3 or 4 games. But we ran the ball a lot because that's what our strength. We had a legend in Benny Snell. So this thing about changing the offensive philosophy isn't a fucking deal. It's getting the right players to run the down for the ability to throw the ball down the field, the ability to do things offensively that we haven't done since 2016, 2017, a little bit 2018. Look back at the 2016 film and see what I saw. Play action post, play action post, play action dig. It's in the damn playbook. But you know what? Sometimes the players can't run it. Because as a coach, we trying to win the game. We ain't trying to appease the people in the stands. I'm sorry. We're trying to win ball games. And we know as a staff what our players on this team do best. Like T-Dub isn't as accurate as Steven Johnson on the deep ball. T-Dub is not as good as anticipating receivers getting open, even though there's not a lot of receivers getting open anyway, but his anticipation is not high. So it's a lot to this game than what y'all. This isn't high school. This isn't Little League. And I promise you, coach one of those and see how difficult it is when you call it down perfect play. Like when Lane Kiffin throws up his clipboard, he sees it. I call the perfect play. Now they better execute. If he executes, now he's excited like, woo, I call a perfect play, and they execute, woo! That doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't. Coaches call the perfect play and players fuck it up. Now, my last thing before I get into the film. People are really pissed off about Coach Stoops' contract. Some people. Oh, it's cushion. Oh, he don't have to do anything because he's making his money. First of all, you have to pay a guy. You want this program to get where it could be, which is shocking to me. When they won 10 games, I was shocked. The ceiling for me has always been 8 because of the recruiting pool. So you got this guy who has won. His winning total has increased every year. He had 2 years of 7 wins, I think. The program is moving in the right direction. You are putting money into the program. So now what you're saying is you don't want to pay the guy who's making the damn program better? Do you think he's really resting on his... Do you really think that? Do you think he doesn't want to keep winning games? Do you think he's packing it in? Are you serious? So when since we always want to compare it to regular civilian job. So here's one to compare. So what you telling me is when you get a damn promotion in your job that you actually start resting on your laurels and don't try to keep that job? You don't try to make it better? You don't try to make the position better than what the guy previous to you was? Or you just say, oh, I just make a lot of money. I'm not going to worry about it. That's a damn lie. Because you want to keep going up. So you don't know what Stoops' end goal is. See, if Stoops starts losing, the golden child glow leaves. He doesn't have the option of going elsewhere. His staff doesn't have the option of going anywhere. Do you think if we were losing, that big dog would have got the money that he got and we would have done everything to keep him here? No. Stop that shit. It bothers me. You really think this guy just, well, now all I got to win is 6-7 games every year? That's a fucking lie. And it bothers me that people say that shit. But you know what? I'm a football guy. I should understand and be cognizant of this because we have done it to damn Cal. We've done it to Cal. So if they can do it to Cal, they can do it to anybody. If they can do it to Patino, they can do it to anybody. So then I sit back and think like, well, damn, if they can do it to those guys, well, don't be the miserable guy. Don't be that guy. Look at the whole conference. Let me pull up the conference records. Pull up the conference records. Let me pull them up. Don't be that damn miserable guy or woman or kid with a year that has been probably the toughest year since the Marshall plane crash. That's the first thing that comes to my mind with is Marshall. But that was one team. This is the whole entire football umbrella. Everybody's going through this. The damn Big Ten is going. Everybody canceling games. Now, give me this. Why the fuck do we have? It feels like they don't, like they did us, like they did Denver. We had 20-some players, 18 players, but we still playing games against the two best fucking teams in the conference. How is that possible? That makes no sense. So if you look at this, you got really Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and Texas A&M. You throw Auburn in there. Everybody else is beating each other up. 4-3 is Missouri, which they should. I'm gonna tell you something about. I'm gonna throw a nugget there. 4-3. 3 and all the other teams are 500 or below. We're killing each other. People don't understand the pounding it takes on the SEC. We are the best conference with the best players and the best athletes, and it's not even close. There are two teams. There's potentially, I'm going to say there are two teams that should be in the SEC. Definitely Ohio State and Clemson. If you take Ohio State out of the Big Ten, they're not going to compete against the big boys. If you take Clemson out of the ACC, they're not going to compete against the big boys. Now, hopefully Miami gets themselves back on the right track because they have the possibility. But them two teams are it. The SEC is a different animal. People don't understand. I've been trying to tell people this since I got into it. Dude, it is different. It's different. So, I've taken up enough of your time with my rant. If you have any questions, please send me your question, guys. Please. I love answering questions. That's one reason why I do this. So that people can understand really what's going on. I will never say I know everything, but I know a lot. Football and track was my calling. That's what I was. Two things I was put on this earth to do. Um, my dad used to always say, "Man, you see things that I don't see," and he played football, and you can talk about it better than anybody I've ever heard, because that's I've been engulfed in. I've been bred on football. I was fortunate enough when I started with the Y, I had a decent coach, but when I got to tackle football, I had coaches. They all played football at Grambling, and my quarterback coach was a quarterback. And when you was a quarterback for the team, that's all you played. So when the defense was going, I was off to the side with him, and we was talking football, going through fundamentals, going through mechanics at the age of 8. And I say that, I know I said this once before. I played Pee Wee 3 years because my birthday was November. So I was able to play an additional year because I met the deadline. My last year of Pee Wee, I was an assistant for 3 years. I called plays on offense, my own self. In the second half, when we were beating people 40-0 or whatever, coach allowed me to call my own plays because he trusted me. So I don't know everything, but I know a lot. So let's get into this film. So the fucking frustrating part about this game really is that we executed pretty much to the best of our ability in this first half. We played a damn good game. Should have been up more. Should have capitalized more. But this was the team that I expected. We did some things in this game that was exceptional. We executed better on offense. So let's get to it. The offensive line really played a strong game. We just killed ourselves with some penalties. But this first half, we controlled the line of scrimmage the entire first half. Look at that. Look at that right there. Who couldn't run through that hole? Who couldn't run through that hole? I mean, this valley here, you can't get bigger than that. All right. Now, the one thing I want to say is, and I don't know, it's double-edged sword. I'm not gonna. This is really nitpicking. I really wish he would have came here, because the reason why I say that, they're playing man to man and they will be running bubble screens on both sides, right? So if he comes here, he creates a little separation between him and the safety. Now he has from top of the numbers to probably about right here of room to work on this guy one-on-one. But with Rose going straight up the field, he kind of went right into him and didn't create the space that I think would have been created if he went wider out. But that's nitpicking. See how he ran right to him and that box got closed? See right here? As a safety, when you get here, when you get there, you know he can only go this way because you got a guy there, right? So now he only really has a one-way go. It's easier to make that tackle in the open field because now this side of the field is closed off because you got that guy, right? But if he would have ran out here, he wouldn't have had that guy. It would have been open space between him and him. That's just a little thing. But the thing about it is you have to look from the back and see what he sees. The shortest distance to the end zone is a straight line. So, but look at, I mean, this, we are doing, you can see it here. See that? So now, if he would have went here, there was nobody else to really close the gap. If he gets by this guy, it's just him and this guy one-on-one. With from, like I said, he would have from here to really about right there of room to run away from him, cut back, or do whatever he wants to do. I hope you see what I'm seeing. But you can't argue with what happened because he went up the field, which is also damn good. He just got tripped up. Another great play. Now, this is a difference that I didn't take into account with the run game with Lynn Bowden. See, Lynn would have turned this down ball up right here. Because Lynn is a receiver, running back, playmaker. Terry is a damn quarterback. Different mentality, different body build, different tightness in the body build. So, a little different. Like all these quarterback draws off of the zone read between the tackles hit a little differently with Lynn. Now, I'm going to tell you something. This is perfection by Terry. Now, he reads, I think he wants to get here first. I think that's his first read. His second read, see how he wants, nope, not open. Which is help. Another, see, did Upshaw create separation? No. His next read is this wheel route by Rose. He's covered. He comes back to his third option. Now, I want you to see this. This is the only thing, the mechanics as a quarterback. Now, if you are Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, probably Russell Wilson, who have just Matthew Stafford just has a crazy amount of arm talent, your mechanics can be a little off. But when you mere mortals like us, your foot has to be pointed to where you're going to throw. Now, I'm going to show you what happens. See where his foot is pointed? His foot is pointed right there. That's where the ball goes. He needs to point the foot out here to lead the receiver. That's little mechanics. That's why this ball is behind, because you see where his foot, see where his foot is? If you see, that's almost direct line of where that ball is. He's got to reset and throw it here. So you have to have a little bounce in your step. Peyton Manning was a little too bouncy, but you gotta be bouncy on your feet, on the balls of your feet, on the balls of your feet. He's flat-footed now. Gotta be on your balls, gotta be bounce and bounce. So then you can bounce and turn. He's flat-footed. His mechanics are not very well, but his elbow is up. That's why it doesn't sail. Elbow up, this is a perfect angle. Elbow up, but his foot needs to be pointed this way. Or he's going to have to throw it across his body. He's going to have to sidearm it. Since he didn't sidearm it, it comes behind. That's the little things. That's why that's behind. But he went through his down progressions and he went through them fucking quickly. That's really good work. We are dialing this shit up right now. We are dialing it up. Now that's a great call by Coach Grand there, and this is why it's a great call. All right. Knowing your personnel. Smoke likes to bounce it outside. So what he does is he pulls, let me use this. He pulls guard and tackle to seal the edge and allows the guy who likes to bounce it the opportunity to bounce. Because Smoke wants to bounce it every time. Look at that seal. And Kennard is going to get a seal. Bounce it out. That safety is damn good. He's coming to fill this alley. Watch how he fills the alley. That's good work. Good work by that corner, too. Good spin. I would have liked to have seen Terry take this. Let me tell you why. Cox is a beast, right? This is why, to me, you have to know what's going on. They're in man, right? Know what routes you're running. They're in man. His shoulders are perpendicular to the damn line of scrimmage. You pull it. Now, if you pull it, you got a RPO pass here, or you bounce it around him and go around. You, with his shoulders this way, it's hard for him to get you as you go around, especially with your speed. I also would have rather him pull it and throw that damn thing right here. See that? That's easy 3 yards. And I know this is a RPO because the receivers are running down routes. And the linemen are not trying to go downfield. That's an easy pitch and catch. All right, 4th and 3. Now, Grantham loves to play man-to-man. We know they're going to play man. So we have some dialed up for him. Now, riddle me this. Did Upshaw do something spectacular or just run a route? He ran a route and he caught the ball, so he completed it. But this is not defeating a defender 1-on-1. This is scheming him open, because if you watch it from the other angle, this is what happens. These two guys play in and out. Got one more of these, I know. These two guys are playing in and out on these two guys. All right? The one thing that confuses playing bracket coverage, and this is why people don't understand, this is great scheme, great route combination, is one of the guys going vertical. Because now it's confusion. Well, this guy has him right now. If he goes vertical, oh shit, I'm scared, because what if he doesn't take him? Now all you got to do is get him out on 4th and 3. He's got to play, this guy's got to play a little soft because this guy went vertical. Now he's got to read his guy then into this guy. On 4th and 3, this is perfection. This is a damn perfect fucking call. Eddie Grand schemed Upshaw open. I'm not going to harp on it too much more. Now, first fucking drive, we are in the fucking red zone. We are marching. We are doing really good things. And then we get this. Bad set. Didn't get a good punch. Swim move. No time. Sack. Now we're in 2nd and freaking 20. That is not a good down for 90% of the teams. You watch, Florida gets in those situations, 3rd and 25, and it's very difficult. Now it's even more difficult because we don't have a receiving core that scares anybody. I'm just going to be honest with you. Now, I'm going to get on AJ. He needs to finish this. Even with someone on you, the thing about the pass game is even with someone on you, if you run your ass off, they might interfere with you. And then we get a PI call, and we get 15 yards, and we get a first down. We cannot give up because he's there. We got to fucking keep sprinting. Now we're in 3rd and 20. First impossible, especially in the red zone. And we miss, again, a simple, it's not simple. I'm not going to call it simple. They did a TE stunt here, here, and we really don't block any one of them. Bad sets, don't pass it off. Landing's a little too wide. Boom. Now we get 10, 15 more yards. But I want you to see something. Tell me, even if we had time, who is open? Tell me who would have been open anyway. Right? No one. We got this guy. He's hemmed up. We got a robber here playing a little trap coverage for anything crossing. We got a linebacker getting really good depth. Look at this guy depth, which we need to do this. Good depth. We got a safety over the top. You have to fit that ball into a tight window. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, that even he went deeper, taking a safety. This guy comes under. You got that linebacker sitting right there. There's no one open anyway. That's FYI. So now we got a punt. Now, this is beauty. Everybody's handling their responsibility. Excuse me. Pascal fighting to keep leverage. Because he has contained, obviously. Everybody fit into their gap. Fit into their gap. Defensive lineman fighting. Square doing a good job taking on the block. Corker coming to field. This is what good team football, handling your job. Even though Pascal doesn't get the tackle, he's going to get kudos. Even though Haskins not going to get the tackle, he's going to get kudos. This is what team defenses do. This is college level team defense. This is not guys trying to do their own thing, running around blocks. I know this is the first play. This is not square. Since this guy comes trying to run around the block here, which will create another opening, he stays where he's supposed to. Because you know why? Because he knows he has a safety coming in from the inside. So I don't want to let this guy go outside when I got help coming inside. This is perfect defense. This is what we need to do all the time. That is damn good. I don't know if I got an end zone good. But look at it. So this is something I would talk about Anthony on the locker tomorrow. You want to see a good show tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out the locker with me and Anthony White. So this is confusing sometimes to people. It's what they run, what we ran the pros is. In the pros, it's pretty much corners block up man-to-man a lot of times on the receivers. But the linebackers play zone. So it's confusing because you got a guy playing man, but the linebackers playing zone. It's really like man free with this guy has some help if it presents itself. But the linebackers usually zone up and help on certain routes, curls and stuff like that. But that is zone. But I got caught up in my talk. I want you to see Jamin run under. This is a scout report. He's going to run under Pitts. Watch how far he ran. This is good coverage, man. Now, the problem is, and this is the problem is the corner has zone, right? So here's the corner. He needs to keep fucking sinking and looking across. Right now, there's no one in his zone, right? I don't know why he took a step up, but this guy's gone. There's no one else in his zone. He should actually start turning his body, facing the other way, looking for any kind of over routes. Any routes coming from this side, running over the formation. You know why? I used to love playing this because a quarterback sometimes don't see you. You can get all of these if you read his eyes. So see how he should be dropping. There's no one here. If there's no one there, you fucking keep dropping. There's no one. You are, as we would call, a flat magnet. There's no one there. You've been pulled to this where there's no one there. If he would kept dropping, that might have been a pick. Why is he in the inside? Okay, I'm going to try to get through this, guys, because I know I kept y'all late with my rant. Another. I'm gonna show it on that end. This is a great call and execution by the defense. Great job by Corker. And we do this shit later and we don't do it as well. He is a robber because he knows through Coach White knows through film that they like to run these routes to get them open. Because that's the easiest pass right in front of you. But he spies with this linebacker and he rushes, forces it, and Corker does a great job of reading quarterback eyes and jumps on the route. Not sure who this is. He does a great job on Pitts. Corker is coming. Quarterback eyes, great pressure. 4th down. Now, unfortunately, they ran a good punt fake, dude. I'm sorry. They noticed something that we overload to the field, and they got us. Shit happens. But we come back. That's great play. That's really good play. Now, this is a fucking problem. There's no need. We're rolling zone. There's no need for you to take a step forward, and there's no fucking play fake. What are we doing? Because I'm going to show you how this matters. One false step is the reason why we don't make this play. He takes one step forward. Now he's trying to backpedal. Now, he closed the gap. We had a natural cushion, okay? For no reason. Now, he's that much closer because he's running forward and he's running backwards, okay? You can't see it from this one. Look how close he was. I want to show you how close he was to making a play. Look, he's in his hip pocket. Just imagine if he didn't take a step forward, he would probably be right here, being able to come forward and break up this play instead of trailing, trying to make the play. That one false step forward caused all of this. But I sent out a tweet during the game, or yesterday, I can't remember when I sent it. I said, this is one thing you need to do. You need to understand how receivers try to set you up. You need to understand why they stem a certain way, what they try to do at the top of the route to create separation, all that. You need to get that information. You have receivers on the other side of the ball that are coached a certain way. You can ask the coach that. I used to ask Coach Phillips, hey, Joker, what? Because he used to say, I sit. I'm like, Coach, well, I didn't sit because he stemmed. Like, well, he didn't get at the top of his route. He didn't do what should he have done at the top of his route? Gather all that information. You have teammates. You share the information. The same way how I share information to my receivers. I'm like, look, I will line up at 7. When you're not looking, I might creep up to 5, and then you think you are, for example, if I'm at 7, right? So the receiver, before the snap, he looks to see what coverage you in. He looks back for the snap of the ball. Before the snap of the ball, I move to 5. So this is why, for me. So I'm at 5 now, right? The receiver thinks I'm at 7. If the receiver closes up my cushion, he thinks he has me because he thinks I'm at 7. But I'm at 5 now. I want him to close my cushion up quicker. He's going to close it up at about 7 to 10 yards. Know what the majority of routes are cut off at? 7 to 12 yards. So if I can get my hands on you at 10, it's ball game. So I would line up at 5 take my back pedal. They feel like they're closing the cushion. Once I get to about 8 or 9, 10 yards, I stop and I fucking try to kill them. I try to hit them and jam as hard as I can. Now they're shocked because you know why? Because they say if I line up at 7, they will think by the time I close the cushion, he should be at 12. Right? So then I can run my 10-yard out. So it seems like you're sitting. No, I'm not sitting. I'm just changing my technique. Sometimes I line up at 7. I will go to 9. Now they not like, oh, damn, I'm not closing this cushion. Well, but I got to run this out route. Now I've got enough cushion to plant and drive forward because now I can see its route. I can see when it stems, get a top of his route, he chatter down and try to come to the ball. Now I can see that now because I got 2 yards deeper. He doesn't expect me to be that much deeper than him, and he expects to eat the cushion. But I gave myself 2 extra yards. There's little stuff like that. You give your teammates information. Now I'm going to show you this. So pitch release. Now he takes a step forward. That's a problem. 1, 2. Now he's beat. Now, when the receiver starts to fucking lean, see how pitch starts to lean? He's starting to lean. He's starting to lean. That to me means he's not coming here. Think about it. Real quick. If he's running a corner route, he's going to try to make you lean this way to get your shoulders turned, to get your shoulders to open up this way. Then he's going to break it back outside. Okay? So, when he starts to lean, and the lean isn't a full speed. Now, you can tell a difference when he's running full speed, he's going to lean. He's just going to try to run a fade route. This isn't that. Because if you see it in full speed, I'm going to play the full speed in a minute. So he's leaning you. He's trying to turn your shoulders. Next bad move is when you're in this position, you need to speed turn. Not open this way. You actually slow down when you open this way. All your momentum's coming this way, speed turn, and allows you to stay on top of the receiver. Now, when he opens his hips, he gets underneath the receiver. See that? Now, that's actually a pretty good turn. But if he were to speed turn, he would be probably, with his speed, he'll probably be right on the hash over the top of him. Those are the little things. But I'm going to play it in fast motion to show you the lean and how when he starts leaning, you know he's not running a corner route. Right there, he's leaning. He only doing that to come back inside. But, that's why you have to learn the craft. You have to do it. Either you do it visually with mental reps, where it becomes muscle memory. So it's not a reaction. You watch enough film, you do enough film study where it becomes muscle memory. If you don't watch a lot of film, you become reactionary. And that reactionary in this league, with guys like Kyle Pitts, gets you beat. You have to have a pretty good idea with muscle memory and film study what this guy's going to run. When he started leaning, your muscle memory should have been like, nope, not going for that. And if it does, you need to speed turn out of it. Those are mental reps you have to take with yourself. Those are reps that sometimes you can't take on the field. Unless you get a guy who's willing to work extra with you and you work after practice and work on some routes, work on in the summer. Those are things you have to create muscle memory for so you're not reactionary on all these damn routes. Now the offense finally gets the ball back. Offensive line is killing them. Now, want to show you something. So, they have 5 guys in the box. It looks like we got something, except this guy. This is a scheme. They out-schemed us on this play. The offensive line does a good job blocking. They just out schemed us on this play. See that? Because this is what I'm going to say could happen, possibly. We got a good seal here on this guy. Drake is going to go seal that guy. Now, if you think about it, there's no one else here. Everybody's a man. We will have a nice seam here or a nice seam there, whichever one, because we got hat on the hat. This guy is an unblocked guy because he came from this zone over here, from that position over there. Well, linebacker came off a block too. Take that back. This is the other thing that you can do when you feel like these guys are no fit of these guys. Look how many guys they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys. Right? We have 6, 7, 8 the running back. They still have one more than we do. The unblocked guy is the one that makes the tackle. Look at hat on the hat. Good cut here. Hat. We coming up to the second level. Hat. Well, guy's open, man. He makes the tackle. Damn good tackle. Now, we went for it on 4th and 1 on the -35. You know why? Because we saw something that we could sneak on them all day. We saw that if we get to less than a 1 yard, we can run this all day because of their splits. Now we're marching again. This allows Grand to get into a rhythm. Now we get into a rhythm. Now this is the difference between Lynn and Terry. Terry is a quarterback. Doesn't have the greatest vision. He has great straight line speed. But Lynn is also thicker. That helps with these kind of runs. Like that contact, Lynn would have pushed that a little bit further and potentially got that first down. You asking a guy who's a real quarterback to do things that Lynn did last year, which it's just not his thing. Now I talked this over with Anthony White, and what he said is that 79 should have chipped a little bit longer, allowing Landon to get able to get leverage and then go to the second level. So if you watch it, 79 doesn't chip that lineman enough because we do a good job of sealing with Rig. Good seal there. But 79 needed to give Landon a little more time. He needed to give a little more pressure on that lineman. Give Landon a little more time to be able to seal. Because now we are going to the second level. He needed to block that. I can see that now. We got hat on hat. He could have just comboed him and then allowed Drake to get to there. And we're in business. See that? We're in business. If he blocks that guy, we're in business. But now we have to punt. Now, this is when, as a defense, I say this all the time and people don't believe me sometimes. With 18 or 23-year-olds, they're going to make mistakes. We got these guys on the first play with a false start by their best player Pitts, 1st and 15. Now, watch what we do as a defense. Because now, with Mullins knowing that he's an 11-yard line, they up 7, don't want to create any momentum for us. He's going to not play it wide open. He's going to play a little conservative. Great job. Great depth. This is what I keep talking about with this. Great depth. Great reaction. We all come up to the ball. Guess what happened? Rally. That's four hats. You gained 3 yards. 2nd and 12. Beautiful. This is what we need. Now we need to get a little more depth. Keep getting depth. There's no one in front of you. See, this is what we need to do a better job, linebackers. Getting depth. Getting depth. Great pressure. 3rd and 12. Now this is the play I Talked about it. Remember the play earlier when Corker played Robert. This is all Robert now. This is all Robert. This guy's unfreaking covered. They got no backs. He's uncovered. You playing Robert. Square. And the reason why I know he's a robber, because Square commits to this side. Somebody else got to play this hook, and it's him. But he reacts fucking slow. And we 3rd and 12. He let this guy fucking free release. No one's on him. He's slow. On 3rd and 12. Saw how he doesn't go back? There's a thin line between trying to disguise coverage and doing what the hell you're supposed to. It's a thin line. It really is. You want to give him a look. Ball is snap. You have to also know he's uncovered. He takes a step back to make him think that he's in deep third, but see that? Now he's coming forward. He needs to be coming harder. There's nobody there. Square is committing to this hook because we need to have a hook guy. This guy needs to be fucking screaming to that hook. Look at that. Anyone could throw that pass. This is unacceptable. You can't see him because he's out of the pitch. He's right here. It's unacceptable. Perfect fucking call. Perfect coverage. Perfect setup. We don't fucking execute. Unacceptable. Now, we keep playing and we get out of it. Right here. Great talk about corporate. Now, you didn't hear it from me, but I personally think with the news today of Boss Man leaving, is because he's had enough of this. And it's not the coach's fault, it's his fault. He comes and takes his helmet off. Coach Stoops goes and runs and give him a piece of mind. I think that was the breaking point for Boss Man. But you can't do what he did either, because you don't want to get a penalty when you're at the freaking 38-yard line. Now, did we scheme Upshaw open, or did he do something ultra athletic against a man-to-man? That's a scheme. That's the definition of an RPO. That is nothing special, man. That's just RPO. That's Eddie Grand scheming his receivers open. I don't know how many times I said it this year. If you have to feast, if you have to eat on scheming your guys open, it's not going to be a good year. You got to have guys that win one-on-one battles. See this? Reed's here. He's coming. Pull it. Wide open. That's nothing special. Show you again, though. Look at where Terry's feet are pointed. Look at where the ball goes. He needs to be pointing. See where he's pointing this? He needs to be bouncy and pointing here so he can lead the receiver. It's just a mechanics, man. Great call by Grant. A lot of people don't want to give the man credit when he makes fucking great calls. We have dominated this first damn quarter, and no one can question that. Now, this is what everybody, I saw a lot of tweets about, and I saw it too, of Mullins getting on Grantham. This is the reason why I think he got on him, because this fucking substitution, 3rd and 1, their defense not ready, and we get an easy first down. And we get a penalty with, I think they had too many people on the field. Good work. Good work. We are dominating the line of scrimmage. We are just dominating the line of scrimmage. It's really simple as that. This first half was pretty much almost textbook. Now, this is the time where we really miss C-Rod. This is the time we really miss C-Rod. Now, this is another thing that people don't understand. So what happened is we come out in the formation. Eddie Grand sees how the personnel they keep in, really the personnel they keep in to know who's going to cover who. He calls a timeout. Coaches are saying stuff to me. He's like, I got this. I got this. I got this. I know. I see it. They came in a formation. I like it. We're going to do this now. Play action. Now, again, tell me. This is a scheme getting open. The linebacker is influenced by the zone read. He takes a step forward, and now he's done. Once he takes a step forward, it's like Kevin Joseph earlier. Just watch him. Watch this guy here. Watch him take a step forward. Once he takes a step forward, when Upshaw's going this way, it's barbecue chicken. Now, he's a great athlete who's able to recover, but he takes that step forward right there, 1, 2, he's beat. Beat. And number 1 comes forward because he got the running back. This is great scheme, man. It's a great fucking call. Great job. Now, this is the stuff that bothers me because we push him up in the pocket, put a little pressure on him. Right here. Look at the depth of these 2 linebackers. Look at his depth. You want him to throw it to this guy. You got to get depth. Make him throw it here and react and rally around. If Devontae gets the depth of these linebackers, he's either going to throw an interception or he's going to throw it underneath. We rally, hold him to like about a 3-yard gain, and we still in the damn ball game. Chunk plays are the ones that hurt. And guess where the ball gets thrown? Right over his head. Look at the level. This is what I want you to see. So these linebackers right now are really about right there. Just imagine if Devontae was even with them. If he doesn't see him, that's an interception. Don't be a fucking flat magnet. Don't be a flat magnet. Do not be a flat magnet. Now we got a 5, 10, 15, 16-yard throw because we got a flat magnet instead of about a 4-yard throw. It's really that simple, y'all. It's about the execution. Now, this is beautiful by Carey. Doing his job. Running back. Obviously, he must have the running back. He runs to his gap. Everybody rallies. That's textbook defense. Again, textbook defense. Oops. Handle your gap. Jamin, although he took a step forward, he should be coming here. He's got cutback. Handling his gap. Handling his gap. See, this is what he's supposed to do. He's not allowing him to cut back. He's in his gap. Now everybody's running. Everybody's running. This is textbook defense. Textbook, man. Then we got him in 3rd and long. Empty back. Now it's time for our front 4 to eat. Great little call by White. Now to me, this pass is affected by Big Hoskins. He doesn't know this is Hoskins. He doesn't know who he is. He just sees color. He sees height. He needs to throw it a little high probably, because he's afraid that's going to get blocked. Nope, elbow's not down. He just threw it up. Probably trying to, in his eyes, maybe throw it over that guy, because we are beat here. A linebacker on a running back is not always a good matchup. Now they get a good punt. We down inside the 10-yard line. This is a huge run. That right there is big time. Now we get from out of the goal line. Now we can go to work. See, we wouldn't run. See, this is what fans need to understand. This is not Madden. This is not Xbox, PlayStation. If we were now on the 20, we wouldn't run this play. You know why? Because this play has the opportunity of getting a big loss. But since now we're outside the goal line, now we can run this. Great blocks. Now we're at the 30 almost. Now we're cooking. Now Grant's getting in the rhythm again. The offensive line is straight manhandling Florida. Look at that. Grant has done a great job against Grantham since he's been here. When Grantham was at Louisville and now he's at Florida. We have done really good offensively against him. Look at that, man. We still cooking though. We still cooking with hot grease right now. Great call. And you know it's a call pull because he has seen some things, seen these guys crashing, fake block. Now the only thing I would want Riggs is to not only look inside, because there's no threat right now, is also look outside. We need this block. This guy's pretty fast. If we get this block, we might be on to something. Watch it. We get that block, we might get a few more yards. Still first down. We start this thing inside the 10-yard line. We're at midfield. We're cooking. Great RPO. Now I'm going to say this. That's not a very good route. That's not, first of all, he's lucky because he's high right here. He's high. He could easily get jabbed in the chest and this route will be gone. Then, you know, he didn't. For me, I could be wrong. He didn't squeeze this guy here to make this even more open. Lean on him. Lean on the DB. Then break it off. As a DB, and I'm just telling you from my experience, if I'm impressed and he comes off and he gets me inside, I'm already beat inside, right? I'm already beat. Like right now, I'm already beat. Now, if he leans on me, it makes this inside more free because he's leaning on me. I got to take that pressure. And all you got to do is give a little bit of a shove with the forearm, and now he's wide open. You got to lean on him. Even with that, he still gets pulled. Penalty, first down. Now, if you cannot tell me Grant is not calling a damn good game right now, I don't know what you smoking. Now, if you just don't like the guy, that's more power to you. But I'm just telling you, he's cooking with hot grease right now. He's calling a damn good game. With the ingredients that he has. Now, one thing he added since we are missing Smoke, he added Ali in the backfield for some of this zone read. And I kind of like that because Ali got a little juice. Now, we've been winning. We've been killing them all game. And now we just get missed block right here. 79. Now it puts us in second and long. Again, who's open? There's a safety over the top of that. Now, this is what Brand new he's blitzing, or he's going to commit some guys to this 3rd and 9. He don't want to give the quarterback a lot of time. That's Grantham's MO. So he brings 5. Great block by Rose. Gets the linebacker on the ground. Great decision by Terry. They're in man. I got a lane. None of my guys are open because none of my guys really very good at single coverage. I'm going to go. This is great. This is old Terry. Now, the one thing I would want Terry to do is try to score. I'm not saying he's not trying to, but I would like for him on this, boom, boom. See what you can get. Now, I know he's going through leg injuries. I understand that. But bam, bam. I would have liked to have seen that. Great block by Rose, because watch this. If you ask me, 11 is trailing. If you look from another view, 11 is trailing. If he put his foot, bam, this guy's shoulders turn here. If he put his foot here and go inside, he might be able to carry this guy in the end zone. He might be. I'm not sure, but give it a try because it ends up we kick a field goal instead of getting 14. Okay. 1-on-1, can't get open. We gotta get open, man. 1-on-1 battles, we gotta win. Now, this is another one. I hate doing this, but I got to. We're all harping on tight ends, Keaton Upshaw getting more touches. As I've tried to explain this first half, he has been schemed open. RPO, wide open. A little Florida tried to bracket him. They got confused because we ran a great route, great up the seam to confuse the bracket. Great route. Great scheme. Now we got a mano a mano. Can we get open? Mano a mano. Can we get open? No. That is a high school route, and we're high. No real good stem. Let's run at him and try to, no, that ain't going to work, man. Not on this level. Not going to work. So now we have to kick a field goal. Damn it. Now, defense. 2-minute drill. Let's get these boys off the field. Great. Great. See, this is what, I don't know how many times I've said this in the past. I have new watchers. I was taught when I got to Kentucky, DBs, linebackers, and zone with eyes on a quarterback, you should be able to cover 1/3 of the distance of the pass. Okay. So right now, that is let's give it 10 yards. But it's more than 10 because he's, for new people, I always got to do this. I learned this about TV. It's 10 yards this way. It's 10 yards that way. It's not 10 yards that way. That's probably more like a 12-yard throw. So 1/3 of 12 is 4, right? 1/3 of 12 is 4. When the ball was thrown, Corker was on the 35. Corker should get at minimum to about right here when the ball is caught. Let's see how close he gets to it. Is he not right on it? This is proven. When the ball is caught, he is at the 31-yard line, which is 4 yards from the 35. Now, if he kept running, he could have probably met him about right here. but he settled down. But he still only gets 5 yards. That's good defense. Make them keep snapping the ball. But they gave him 8. Again, great defense. Make them be patient. Make them be patient. Some people call it bend but don't break. It's really solid defense. Now on this one, see, this is little stuff. Okay, we all reading route sequence. When this running back crosses your face, you need to expand with them. This expands, then we expand here. Well, this guy shouldn't expand because he's reading this side. I take this one back. But we need to expand. Don't want to get out leverage unless you would just curl. If you're curl flat, this guy dictates curl flat. So you should expand and not get out leveraged by him. That is borderline pick, but make them tick, 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 tick. Keep snapping the ball. Eventually, something's going to go awry for them. But it just happens every game. With these age guys, oh, that's a great pressure. Great coverage on the back end. Great pressure by Pascal. Man, I would love to see Pascal come back for one more year because he's making himself some money. Now we get a face mask right there. And now, we got him right where we want him, 2nd and 25. It's tough for any team to come back for 2nd and 25. Because all defense got to do is give up underneath routes. And when you get underneath routes and you recover, all you're going to give up is 4 to 6 yards on average. 3rd and 20. Now, this is great call. We overload this side. We only have 2 linemen, right? Overload this side. We have nobody. We extend Pascal way out here like he's going to jam and maybe play flat, which makes no sense. But the offensive linemen don't understand what's going on. They just see what they see. So we overload that side. Pascal comes. This guy leaves him for some reason, which I don't even understand why the lineman will turn his back. He turns his back. Great pressure. Now this is a 2-man rush over here. Oh, that's not Pascal's over here. I don't know who that is. That's Boogie. Whoever that is, Pascal does a great job of ripping through this tackle, getting pressure. And now we got pressure here. 3rd and 20. He's got to get rid of on a 3-man rush. That is unbelievable. Now, all we need is one freaking first down. Because now Florida's going to use all their timeouts. Now, this is where we miss C-Rod. That's a great move, great here, but we got C-Rod has a tendency to carry people. Need a little bit more. They just had one extra guy. Ah, man, we just missed. We just whiffed. That's more, and that's bad blocking. That's just bad blocking. All right, guys. That's it. Had my little rant of the day. I appreciate you guys watching. And let's do this thing again on Wednesday. Finish up the second half. Appreciate you guys.